This presentation will demonstrate how to use the self-graphing Pattern of Strengths and Weaknesses chart creator. The purpose of this tool is to create a visual display of cognitive, academic, and linguistic evaluation data for the Pattern of Strengths and Weaknesses model of Specific Learning Disabilities identification. This tool uses the standard scores from the full, index, or subtest scores from cognitive, academic, and linguistic measures. It also uses the categorical outcome, be it strengths, weakness, or neutral, to create visual displays of assessment results. The tool also has an optional feature to identify a primary cognitive strength, weakness, and academic weakness for comparison. Now we will discuss instructions for use. First, you download the Self-Graphing Pattern of Strengths and Weaknesses chart creator from the Pattern of Strengths and Weaknesses Resources website. After you click on the link to download the file, click OK to open it in Excel. Then, after the file opens in Excel, click the Enable Content button to make the extra features work in the file. Now you're ready to get started. Click on the Start button to open the first tab. The instructions are at the top of the first tab. To navigate past those to the Input section, click on the Go to Score entry or scroll down. You only have to put the scores in one time and it will create numerous graphs for you. Start by inputting the student's name and the report date, and then complete the type of measure, including academic, cognitive, or linguistic measures. Enter the name of the standardized measure, index, or scale, enter the standard score, and then label the outcome as a strength, weakness, or neutral. Identification of strengths and weaknesses may vary by a student based on their cognitive aptitude. A student with an average cognitive profile might have strengths in the 90 to 115 standard score range, whereas a student with a low average cognitive profile might have relative strengths in the 85 to 100 standard score range. A rating of neutral is an optional outcome that can be used to designate measures that are neither areas of strength or weakness, but the team wants to include them in the report to demonstrate the student's performance in a specific area. All of these ratings are up to you as the individual team to identify and can be used or omitted as you see fit. If you have a lot of test scores, additional rows can be added to the table by hitting the Tab button when you get to the end of the rows that are available. Adding additional rows this way will include the rows in the table and graphs that are included in this spreadsheet tool. Here's an example of a completed score table. There is another optional table to complete that will compare a single strength in the cognitive area to a single cognitive and academic weakness, copying the highest cognitive strength and identified cognitive and academic weakness that have a significant relationship to this area. Complete an additional graph in the following tabs. This is an optional area and doesn't have to be completed, but it might be helpful information to present to the team. After all of the test scores have been entered and the tables have been completed, it's really important that you complete the Update Graphs button. That's what makes your graphs populate from the tables on this tab. If your graphs are blank, you forgot to click Update Graphs. Don't worry, we've all done it. Before you click the Print All Graphs button, check out what the data displays on the following tabs. You're going to want to see how awesome this is. You can navigate to the additional graphs and charts in the table by using the tabs along the bottom of your screen. If you use the Update Graphs button, your graphs will have the test scores and visual display for your data. Each test has a different colored data point for readability. The following graphs are created automatically. An All Cognitive and Academic Scores graph that shows all of the cognitive, academic, and linguistic scores listed in the Input tab. An All Strengths and Weaknesses tab that shows all of the strengths and weaknesses grouped first by strength or weakness, then by the type of assessment. a primary strengths and weaknesses that compares a primary cognitive strength to a primary cognitive and academic weakness, and you can move the curved arrow to demonstrate the relationship between the two areas, and then a single score tab for cognitive, academic, and linguistic scores. Here is a visual sample of each of those reports. To print the reports, on the All Cog and Academic Input tab, click the Print All Graphs button. If you didn't conduct linguistic assessment, you can print just the cognitive and academic graphs using the button that says Print Cognitive and Academic Graphs button. If you want to print just a single assessment, stay tuned, there's more. In order to print just a single graph, navigate to the graph using the tabs at the bottom of the screen, and then go to the File and Print command and print just that single sheet. There's additional information contained in this file as well. There's information about common assessments that correspond with the areas of specific learning disabilities. This can be found in the tab called SLD Area Test Score Alignment. Please refer to this tab for information about the scales that need to be reported for the KTEA for specific disability categories. But wait, there's more! No, it doesn't slice or dice, or even julienne, but if you are an advanced Excel user, you have some freedom here and you can add some additional functions. If you'd like to draw horizontal lines to emphasize the normal range or the standard distribution, you can do that. Or if you'd like to add a trend line, go crazy with it. Who am I to stop you? The forms aren't locked and you can add additional features if you'd like to do that. If you add something amazing to this tool, put your name on the front tab and send it back to me. I'd love to share the credit, and I'd love to see what you do and how you improve this system. I don't own it. I mean, I created it, but it didn't take that much time. Who am I? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm Brady Ormond. My email address is bormond@dsdmail.net. Don't forget to tell me who you are and how you improved this process. If you have a suggestion, but you're not sure how to make it happen, you can email me. I can't make any promises, but I got this far. So let me know what you think of this, or if you don't like it, it's not mandatory. It's just meant to help you out with creating a visualization of pattern of strengths and weaknesses information. Thanks for your time and have fun!